Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are tackling a really interesting daily challenge. It's a hard-level problem called process string with special operations too, and there is a brilliant logical trick to solving it efficiently. As always, if anything seems confusing while we go through the steps, please drop a comment below and I will gladly clarify it for you. Here is the problem page itself. It looks like a standard string manipulation puzzle, but let's break down exactly what it's asking us to do so it's a bit easier to digest. We start with an empty result string, and we process an input string character by character from left to right. Our ultimate goal is to find whichever letter ends up at a specific index, which they call k. The rules are pretty straightforward. If we see a normal lowercase letter, we just stick it onto the end of our growing result. If we see a star symbol, it acts like a backspace key. It chops off whatever the very last character of our result currently is. If we see a hash symbol, things get big quickly. We take our entire current string, duplicate it, and attach that copy right to the end. Finally, the percent sign tells us to take whatever string we've built so far and completely flip it backwards. Now, here is where the problem earns its hard difficulty rating. Because of that duplication rule, our final string can grow massive, up to 10 to the 15th power in length. That means, if we actually try to build this text character by character in our computer's memory, the program will crash almost instantly. We need a completely different angle. To solve this without breaking our computer, we are going to use a brilliant concept, working completely in reverse. Instead of tracking the actual letters, our first step is to just do a quick pass to figure out exactly how long the final text would be. Numbers are cheap to calculate. Once we know the total length, we can immediately handle our biggest edge case. If our target position k is completely outside the bounds of the text we'd generate, we stop and return a period, just like the problem asks. Now for the magic. We are going to read the operations from right to left, essentially stepping backward through time to see where our target position originated from. Let's think about how to undo an append. If we are looking for the very last character, and the last operation was adding a letter, boom, that letter is our answer. If not, we just shrink our tracked length by 1, and keep going back. Reversing a delete is easy. If we hit a star while going backwards, it means a letter was chopped off. So, in the past, the text was 1 character longer. We just increase our length counter. Our target index doesn't shift at all. What about reversing? If the text was completely flipped, then our target spot must have been mirrored onto the opposite side of the text before the flip happened. The trickiest one is duplication. We cut our tracked length in half. Then we ask ourselves, was our target spot living in the first original half or the new copied half? If our target index was sitting in that newly cloned right half, we just subtract the size of the original half to figure out where it was before the cloning happened. Alright. Let's put all those concepts into actual Python code. It's surprisingly short for a hard problem. Here is the complete solution. I'm going to chop this up into smaller bite-sized microslides right now so we can understand exactly what's happening. First, we sweep through our input string from start to finish. Notice we aren't saving any text. We just add 1 for letters, subtract 1 for stars if we can, double it for hashes, and do absolutely nothing for percent signs, since reversing doesn't change the size. Before we go any further, we do that quick edge case check. If our target index, +1 for zero-based counting, is bigger than our final length, it's impossible to find. We immediately return a dot. Now we start our time travel, looping through the input text in reverse. If we run into a star, we simply add 1 to our length, restoring the item that was deleted. When we hit a hash, things get interesting. We find the midpoint. If our target position sits past that midpoint, we shift it backward by subtracting the half length. Then, we update our total length to be that smaller, pre-duplicated size. For the percent sign, we need to map our target index to the opposite side. We take our current length, subtract our target index, and take off 1 more to adjust for zero indexing. This flawlessly flips the position. Finally, if we hit a normal letter, we check if our current target spot sits exactly at the end of our tracked length. If it does, congratulations, that's our character. We return it immediately. Otherwise, we just shrink the length and continue into the past. As for the performance, this is incredibly fast. The time complexity is big O of n, where n is the number of operations, since we just scan the input twice. The space complexity is order 1, meaning it's constant, because we only keep track of a few simple number variables. The big lessons here are to never try storing astronomically large strings in memory, and to remember that when a forward simulation seems impossible, running the logic in reverse is often the secret key. Before we look at the other languages, a quick note. As you can hear, I use AI narration for these videos. I built this workflow so I can generate clear, distraction-free study guides the second a problem drops. I recently updated the format to use these faster-paced microslides to keep things engaging, so please let me know down in the comments if you prefer this style. Alright, as promised, here is the full solution written in Java, C++, and JavaScript. Instead of trying to type this out from the screen, you can just grab the completely formatted code from leetcodeunlock.com using the link in the video description. Here is the full solution in Java. Notice we make sure to use long integers here because of how huge the string can get. Next up, here is the C++ version, again utilizing the long type to prevent any nasty integer overflow errors. And finally, the JavaScript solution. JavaScript is a bit quirky with big numbers, so we explicitly use the big int type here to keep things safe. Before we wrap up, I want to quickly remind you that I have a main channel called Leetcode Unlocked. The ambitious goal there is to eventually post a crystal clear explanation for every single problem on the platform. If you found this explanation helpful and want to support that massive goal, you can toss a tip my way at buymeaboba.com/leetcodedaily. Please make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's challenge. Keep coding, and I'll catch you in the next one.